pass you by. And it's so weird because it's like watching a movie in your mind, but it's different than dreaming. You know, you're kind of more in yourself, but still in another place of consciousness that's really hard to describe unless you've been in that hypnotic state. And like I see myself sit down on the train and he says, just watch your movie, like watch your life like a movie and watch it pass you by through the windows. And I see all these times just like, you know, like just like frames of these moments, like a film. And he goes, what's the feeling of anxiety that comes up for you when you're performing? And I never even thought about it before, but in my hypnotic place said, I just want them to love me so bad. And he said, when was the first time you felt that way? And then suddenly the train stopped moving forward and it started going backwards. And I saw myself, it sounds so trippy, but this is medical. This is real.
It is real. I've done it.
It's real. I saw myself in the womb of my biological grandmother because my mom was adopted. And I heard my mom's biological parents talking about putting her up for adoption. And I felt myself being inside of her womb as my mother, hearing them speaking about giving her away. And my mom thinking, I just want them to want me. I want them to love me so bad. And then when's the next time you felt that way? Fast forward, I see my mom being handed to my grandmother who adopted her, who's my everything, Loretta. That's my mammy. She was the one that did the meet and greets. So handing to her. And then just like that, I see myself being handed to my grandmother too as a baby. So I realized because my mom had a really intense, very dangerous pregnancy with me. So I wasn't actually handed to my mom. I was handed to my grandma. So I saw myself being handed to the same woman that my mom was handed to. And I felt our unison right away. And he's like, keep going, keep going. And I found myself on a mountaintop in a place that I had experienced a lot of like trauma in the snow in Montana. It was just like a moment that was just a really intense kind of like, I guess just being surrounded by nature, you know, it really puts you in your place. And I saw myself there as a little girl in a coat that I used to love, this like little red coat with a red beret. And I saw all these people that had brought me so much peace and love all of a sudden show up. So my dog that died a couple years ago, my grandma, my mom, it'll get me, my boyfriend that I have now, and they all grabbed me by the hands and we started playing Ring Around the Rosie, and I came out of it and I've never had stage fright again. Ever.